Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about shadow work and spell casting, how you can utilize your shadow work to improve a particular area of spell work that you may be struggling with. We're all good at some forms of magic and sometimes not that great at other, and often that's got a lot to do with our beliefs about ourselves and our ability to be able to have and do the things that we're casting for. And this is where shadow work can be really, really helpful. But before we dive into that, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. If you want to know more about shadow work, Wicca, witchcraft, tarot, magic, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. If you want to work more on shadow work, I have a half price special on my Wheels of Empowerment course. It is my shadow work course where you're working with the chakras as well as having magical rituals and spells in there and guided meditations to help you release those beliefs that are holding you back at each chakra level. That special is going until Boxing Day 2023. And you're getting it for half price. So there's a link in the description field below this video for how you can obtain Wheels of Empowerment. When it comes to your magic, you may be like many people where you're pretty good at doing magic for a lot of different things. You may be great at doing money magic, for example. You may be really good at doing protection magic and success magic, but maybe when it comes to love magic, you just can't get it to happen, or it just doesn't happen the way you want it to happen. Things just never seem to really be on top of it when it comes to your love life and magic. Or maybe you're great at love magic and romance magic, but you're really struggling with the money magic. And so that's a part of your magical life that's very frustrating for you. It can be any area, but you may find that there are some different types of magic that are going to be harder than other types. And it's not that you're lousy at magic, obviously, because you're good at all other sorts of magic, and maybe you're great at even manifesting things before you've even done a spell to bring something into your life. But when it comes to a particular area like love or money, you're just really, really struggling. This is where the shadow work comes in, because what's causing the problem is the way that you think about yourself and the world around you and what it is that you're casting for. You've probably heard of mindset and how you might have a particular money mindset, or you can have a love mindset as well, a sense of not feeling safe and secure. So if you have trouble with protection magic, that might be something that's going on for you. But somewhere in your belief system, you're going to have beliefs about yourself and your ability, or your being allowed or deserving of having what it is that you want to have. And this is going to affect your magic. So when it comes to looking at your blocks, a really good way to see where they are is to do what you would do if you were doing the spell. So you would write a petition, for example. When you go to write the petition and write the spell, how are you phrasing that spell? When you write down to get clarity what it is you actually want, what are you leaving out? What thoughts are going through your head when you're writing a list of what it is that you want? For example, if you're wanting the romance of your life or the love of your life, and you write down a list of what you're looking for in a person or actually in a relationship, what are you leaving out? You know, what, or are you being too tight with your specifications? Because it can go two ways. You can either be leaving things out, or you can be being a little bit too demanding of how something has to be. Magic is expansive. Magic is infinite. There are infinite ways that things can happen for you. So you don't need to be really, really tight with how things need to be. It's good to be a little allowing for the universe to have that flexibility to bring things to you that are suitable for you. So don't be too tight with how things have to come to you, particularly money magic. You may want to earn maybe a certain amount of money a year, and it's fine to cast for that, but you also want to cast for that or something better. You don't want to necessarily restrict how much money you may be getting, because that could be important for the manifestation. The right job for you may actually pay more than what it is that you're asking for example. So don't be too restrictive, but at the same time, you want to include your truth in there, what you really, really want. You may find that when you're doing spells, and it's a difficult area for you, that you edit yourself a lot. So you may think, oh, I'd really love to, have more freedom, have the type of income where I've got a lot more freedom of time. But then you start to get the negative voices going, oh yeah, but that's not possible. Oh yeah, but this, or but that, but. And so you may find you're leaving things out when you're focusing on, okay, how am I going to visualize this? How am I going to put myself in the wish fulfilled? Take note of all of the things that you leave out, because you don't want your rational mind to be jumping in too much and editing out the possibilities. Why are you putting those limits on you? Why are you telling yourself it's not possible to have what it is that you want? What is it that how do you see yourself? What's your image of yourself when it comes to having the love of your life, or having the money you want, or feeling safe and secure? What are you telling yourself? What's the reasons you're saying, I can't have this? Is it, people like me can't have this, or people like us can't have this? For example, people like us would be referring to yourself and the tribe that you come from, your family of origin. You will be identifying with them. You may be thinking, how could I possibly have this? I've never had it before, so I don't really know what it feels like. You might be concerned about what other people might think of you if you have what it is that you have. You might be worried about other people's jealousy. You might be worried about your safety and security if you get a certain amount of money. There could be lots of things that are editing your true desire. So rather than going with your true desire, you're just listening to all of the editing that's going on, and that's going to block your spell energetically for you. A really good exercise to do, that you would do when you're casting your spell, but do it before you cast your spell, just to help you feel into what's going on in your psyche first. So when you're doing your shadow work, you're going to see all of these beliefs. Step into that image of yourself. So if you're doing magic for a particular career, for example, imagine you're watching a movie, and in that movie is you doing that thing that you're doing in that career. Or if it's romance, you're watching an image of yourself with the perfect person, the perfect partner is there, and you're watching yourself maybe in the perfect house with all the perfect furniture and right location, and everything's there. Your ideal life is there, and you're watching the movie. And you may find that if you're watching the movie of yourself in these scenarios, it's a lot easier on the emotions and on the self-talk than if you try to put yourself in that situation first person straight away. So you may find by disassociating, which is what you're doing when you're watching yourself as the third person, you can get an idea of what sort of thing you really want. Like if you're going for a home, for example, you're doing a spell for your perfect home, your dream home, how do you envisage that home? What's it got in it? Where's the location? What do you see when you look out the window? Where's the furniture arranged? What sort of floor is it? What's the colouring? What are the basic things in that home that you really would like to have? And you can just see a picture, a big picture of that with you in it. And you might find that that could be fun and that can be entertaining, and you can enjoy doing that because you're disassociated from being that person who's experiencing those things. So allow yourself to create the image from a disassociative point of view first. And then when you're more clear about what it is that you want, step into that person, step into that character that you're seeing in the movie and feel into that character. You're looking out the window now and seeing it as that character is seeing it. You're feeling your feet on the floor. It might be a wooden floor. You're feeling the breeze on your face as you open the window and you're looking out over the ocean or whatever it is. If it's a romance, for example, you might be tasting the food because you're going out to dinner with your significant other, and so you're tasting the food as you would if you were really eating the food. And you may find that when you step into that person, so you're no longer disassociating, it might feel really uncomfortable. There might be a feeling of this doesn't feel real, this doesn't fit well, this feels like it's just not really possible. And write down what you're thinking. Write down all of the negative things that you're telling yourself, because it's going to be uncomfortable when you step into that person and imagine yourself living that dream as that person. There's going to be discomfort there, and there's going to be beliefs associated with that discomfort, because it's the beliefs that are creating the discomfort. And then you can see the beliefs, you can then go and change them. That's what shadow work is all about. It's about seeing the unhelpful beliefs and then going in and changing them into helpful beliefs. And that's what I do with the Wheels of Empowerment course. At each chakra level, I help you find those negative beliefs that are stopping you in your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, all of the chakras relating to all of the areas of life: safety, security, money, love, success, all of those things at each chakra level. Finding those beliefs, energetically clearing those beliefs, doing spells and rituals around replacing those beliefs, and also doing meditations to help you reinforce the positive aspects of what it is that you want. That's really what shadow work should be about, and that's how I treat shadow work. So this scenario of you being in that person, being in the wish fulfilled, being uncomfortable, it's okay to be uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable. It's like putting on a pair of shoes that are too big for you and you kind of got to grow into them. You know, when you're a child, maybe your parents might have bought shoes that were one size too big so you'd grow into them. It's like that. You've got to grow into this new you, or this version of you. It is you. It's the you you've always been. It's just the you haven't allowed yourself to be. So by stepping into this image of you, you're stepping into the you you're allowing yourself to be. And you may not allow yourself to be that person right straight out of the gate. But if you practice this every day, if you practice it before you go to sleep, I've already done a video about this not so long ago. Practice it in the morning when you wake up. When you come to do your spell work around this particular theme, whether it's money, love, success, a home, whatever it is, you're going to feel more comfortable and more confident in your spell work. It's going to make the spell feel more real. And the way that you're going to know when things are going to start manifesting for you is that when you feel into this belief, you feel into this image, and it actually feels comfortable. So that when your spell happens, when you get the success of your spell, you're actually just going to feel normal. It's going to feel like, yeah, this is normal. This is how it's supposed to be. It's not going to feel abnormal. It's going to feel normal, because you've already normalized it by practicing being that person, so that your spell has more chance of working for you. I did a video a couple of weeks ago about the 2 types of magic, the spell for the outer stuff and the work on yourself. So this is connected to that video. I'll put a link to that video in the description field below this one so you can have a look at it. But that really is how you integrate your spell work with your shadow work. The work you do on your own beliefs about yourself being uncomfortable by stepping into the you that you'd like to allow yourself to be, facing all the negativity, all the reasons why you can't be that person, all the icky discomfort that you might feel. You feel it particularly in your solar plexus, you might feel it in your heart chakra, you might feel tension in your shoulders, you might feel it in your sacral chakra, for example. Take note of where in your body you're feeling the discomfort when you step into that version of you. And just allow yourself to be uncomfortable with it. It's okay to be uncomfortable with it at first. If you keep doing it and keep putting yourself in that scenario, and when you think of it throughout your day, imagining you're in that you are that person living that life, you're eventually, over time, and in a short space of time too, it won't take long, it's going to feel okay to you. It's going to change you. You're going to then become that person, because you're going to allow yourself to become that person through repetition. And as you become more that person through practicing being that person, the magic is going to open up. The blocks are going to be dissolved, and all of the magic that you then do for that area of your life is going to open up and start working for you. So this is where it's so amazing to do shadow work. And you can do the shadow work now for half price for the Wheels of Empowerment course up until the 26th of December 2023, because I'm offering it to you as a solstice special. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.